To quote Roger Federer, there's no way around hard work. Embrace it. Tennis is a complicated and difficult game at the start, but after years of dedication and determination, along with some high ups and low downs, you can find a love for the game. I found that same love only a few years back. Some background information about me. I have been playing tennis since I was 4, but I was forced back then and therefore had no passion, drive, or fuel to continue playing. And I ended up quitting by the time I was 8. I tended to stay away from the sport until rather recently in 6th grade. I had gone to a tennis competition called the Cincinnati Open, where pros from all around the world, including Roger Federer, Novak Djokovic, and Serena Williams, competed. I loved the experience so much that I decided to pick up a racket once again. From then on, I constantly went to clinics and played whenever I could, slowly developing a love for the sport. Flash forward to current day, I'm soon going to be a freshman at Davis County High School and have been playing for the team for the past 2 years, starting when I was in 7th grade. I keep pushing myself every day to get better and learn more so that eventually I can play number 1 for Davis County. In anything you do, you must always start at the beginning or basics, and that is what I will demonstrate. The 5 basic motions are forehand, backhand, volley, serve, and overhead. These 5 are the makeup of tennis, and once mastered can lead to an unstoppable player. So first, a forehand is the first thing that beginners learn once entering tennis, and I'm going to demonstrate that for you right here. So let's say an opponent on the other side of the court is hitting a ball to you, and when you're hitting forehand, you're usually at the baseline. There's one baseline, there's a net, and then there's your baseline. So what you're going to do, you're going to set your feet, you're going to turn to the side so that you're facing like at a right angle from the ball, let's say, and then you're going to track the ball with your eyes, and as it comes to the perfect spot right in front of your racket, this entire time while it's coming, you have to start like your motion, you go back here, and you have to track for the perfect contact where it hits right in the middle, and then follow through. And if you do that perfectly, you can get it right over the net and hopefully win a point. Next, a backhand. A backhand is the second basic thing, and it's also similar to a forehand, almost the opposite. So in a backhand, it's the same motion, but just to the opposite side. So in a forehand, you're using one hand, but in a backhand, you're going to put 2 hands on the racket. You're again going to set your feet and track the ball. As the ball's coming, you have your swing ready. You hit it at the point of contact right in the middle, and then you follow through again. If you do that again, if you do it right, then you can get it straight over the net. Next, you have a volley. A volley is going to be, let's say, up close. Like I said, there's a baseline, a net, and another baseline. So in a volley, you're going to be rather close to the net, and the opponent will have either like chipped it right over the net, or let's say hit it right in front of the net. So you're going to be standing right near the net, and instead of letting the ball drop down or let it bounce so you can hit it, you hit it straight off. So after you hit it straight off, then it goes on the other, or if you hit it right, then it goes on the other opponent's court. Next we have a serve. A serve is, let's say, the most important concept or part of your game. If you can master your serve, you can have an unstoppable, or let's say you're more likely to win games. So in a serve, this is the start of the game. So you set your feet. I always bounce my ball a couple of times. I hold it, and then you want to get your toss right and your footwork or like your balance right. So I bounce it. I hold my racket right here next to my ball, which will be right here. I lean back. I toss it as I'm leaning back, and then my racket comes back behind my head, and I'm already bent. I've bent my knees, so then I jump, and right at the very tip or like the peak of the ball, like as soon as it gets to the very top, you're gonna hit the racket to the ball, and hopefully, if you get the right angle and everything, then it will go to where you want it. Similar to a serve, we have an overhead. An overhead isn't found much often in a game, but it can happen. So let's say your opponent hits a lob. A lob would be like a little chip, like if I hit a forehand, right? And it goes to the opponent, and he hits it like down here, and he picks it up. So the ball is currently coming down on you, on your side of the court. You bring your racket back, you start pointing at the ball, so you can see I'm still in the same motion I was for the serve, but instead of tossing up a ball, you're pointing at the ball as it's coming down. So footwork is really important because you have to move to where the ball is going, and as soon as you're at the point of contact, you swing your racket, and overheads tend to be more powerful because it's two forces coming against each other, and then it bounces. So those are the 5 motions. To conclude, these 5 tennis motions are the basics of tennis, and once mastered, can break an opponent. Even though I didn't always have a passion for the sport, after years of hard work and dedication, I've achieved a point where I can stand and say I love tennis. Thank you.
Good job. Good job, but now I know 5 motions.